I'm holding him.
Smoke
Water.
short.
Smoking short.
Stattik. Stattik, you're alone. You're alone. You're alone. You're alone.
Oh wow.
What the hell happened?
He's.
Timeout?
Yeah.
Today we have a deeper look into a situation that's for sure one of the wildest ones that has ever happened to a CSGO player mid-game. Sometimes when your teammate suddenly goes AFK, it may be a bigger issue than just a broken mouse or keyboard.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Was that him screaming?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I've never heard him shout like that, ever. Did his, like, mouth just break or something?
He sounded like he said, "What are you doing?"
He has cats or dogs. I think the dogs maybe, like, took a, like...
Go put my cream cheese away. Jesus, dude.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm gonna have to leave. Somebody just hit my fucking house with a car and broke my door down.
What?
Holy shit.
Like, no joke. I'll send you guys pictures later. Like, fuck!
This is exactly what happened with Stattik. Someone pretty much drove their car into his living room in the middle of a CSGO League match. It just can't be real. Although numerous people have already put the clip to compilations and made articles about the whole situation, no one has actually talked with Stattik himself.
Yeah, I just work, school outside of that, and then CS on the side. And currently, you know, just trying to make the best of a pretty bad situation and stream. The first match we were playing was a league match. So we were just playing as one of the league matches for the team. And out of nowhere, I heard the crash. I thought it was my dog actually like pulling on like the cable because my TV is mounted. I thought it was my dog pulling on the on the cable and knocking the TV over and crashing it. I thought that's what it was. But then I actually came out of my room as like I was down the hallway before my headset even hit the desk, to be honest with you. So as soon as I heard it, I threw my headset off, ran. I went under this door because I was just so confused at what had happened. Like, I went underneath this going, what is going on? I shouldn't have done that because right here at the top of the door, this isn't just the wood. This isn't just the wood framing hanging. These are the cinder blocks that it's attached to, the brace blocks that keep it, sturdy. Those are cinder blocks hanging above my head right there.
Wow.
Saw it, and this guy, just he's in my living room basically, and then drives 150 feet backwards into the main road, I guess trying to run away. But there was a cop. She was really nice. I'm not gonna give out her name or badge number or anything like that, but she was really nice, and she was literally patrolling the area, and she actually witnessed the crash take place, and then came past him, and then she was there, and then I came outside. I was like, what's going on? In a way angrier tone than that. I asked what was going on. And he's getting handcuffed. He's leaning up against the back of a cop car saying my brakes went out. And I was just, it's kind of a upsetting day.
When it initially happened, right? Because this obviously isn't something that we're going to expect. So initially we heard the crash, and at first, you're in game, you hear that sound, and it doesn't really register as, a car crashing through a wall. At first I thought, that something had fallen over, he'd gotten mad and hit his fist on the desk, nothing too crazy. Then I heard the headset drop, and it just kind of like turned into, okay, he's angry now. That much is clear. And then we heard the screaming, and at this point you have to understand, I've known Stattik for like around a year now, Stattik?
Yeah, a little bit more than that, I think.
Yeah, a little more than a year. I've never heard him scream like that, ever. And there's been some situations. So I knew something was real. We paused, we're sitting there speculating to what happens, and 3 minutes later he comes back and he's just like, yo, I gotta go. And when he said that a car had gone through his house, it was just one of those situations where like we're so in disbelief and like we're not sure how to react that we just kind of like decide, okay, we're gonna laugh at this and keep going because there's not much more we can do. We checked back on him as we could, but And
it was weird because like I was the teammate clutching with him, so when he disconnected, I was like, okay. I didn't even know that. Like, I just figured maybe he alt tabbed or something, and like I didn't even register that like he was gone until like we just heard yelling in the background. I was like, oh wait, hold on, something big's going down. I don't know. It was so bizarre.
But should all householders now be worried of a similar case while they are gaming, or is his house just in a rather dangerous spot considering all traffic around it? In a simple way, is it hard to hit his house with a car?
In the conditions, I don't think it's hard to hit our house at all. Like, I'm not gonna, lie about that. Our house is in a pretty weird spot, but the house, I always assumed, the house next to us, nobody lives in it. I always thought that would be the house. That would be, if anything like this happened, it would happen to that house. But, the guy was just already going to turn left, just that little bit and came right at our house. So everybody told me it was going to happen. I thought it would take way longer than, we've only been here less than a year. So yeah.
Maybe the driver was drunk?
The cop didn't say anything. They tested him. He didn't look like he was wobbling around or anything. So they don't believe he was intoxicated. I think, in my own opinion, I believe he was texting and driving, but I can't, that's in my opinion. Okay, so this is a road that's like offset, it should be a little bit smaller, but it's offset to if you're looking at the street, it's offset to the left. So the only way you hit my house is you go to make a left turn right there. If you're going at my house, the only way to hit my house is if you're going to make a left turn, but then you just don't make the left turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise, this other house is a little bit further over and it goes straight at that house. I don't even understand how that would have been like. I don't know the cause behind it. I can't wait until I find out like what actually happened. It'll be awesome. I want to know like what happened.
So this whole situation created a little "can we get a sub in" meme, and I asked Stattik what does he think how these type of situations, of course we hope they never happen, but if they occur, how they should be handled in the future.
Yeah, so as for the question, sorry, the sub part of it is, I think you should I think there should be definitely a pause type function or like get an admin to be able to come in and pause the match for a long duration. So that way, a team can find a sub for as long as the team can provide proof. In our case, that I left and my team was able to grab a sub real quick that was on standby. He wasn't really on standby. He was just able to join fast enough. But we've all seen, like major things happen during like even during like tournaments and majors and stuff like that where servers freeze. It causes a team to lose and stuff like that. I think it's just something you got to get past. You can't really just linger on. Everybody's just got to get through it.
Alright, could the crash be potentially any worse than that? Was it kind of a lucky accident considering that no one got hurt?
It was actually my living room that got hit. And any further left, he hit. So if you're looking at my house from the street, he hit the right corner of my house. If he had gone any more left, he would have ended up in my living room. Yeah, that's part's the scariest because I do have 2 dogs and they like to lay on the couch in the living room, and they were. And when I came running out of the door, my dogs were running into me, and I've never seen, my dog is a pretty big dog, or one of them is, and I've never seen her more pitiful in my life. If it had hit my dogs, I don't care about my gaming setup at all. Like that's one thing, but I am in love with my dogs. I think every dog owner loves their dogs. It could have been I don't even know if the cop wasn't there and he did try to flee, I would have chased, that's how it would have gone down. In terms of damage, it was a lucky accident that he hit the corner of the house. Otherwise, he would have ended up in my living room. I don't know where my dogs were actually, laying down at. They could have been, their cages are right in front. We don't leave them in the cages. They stay out all they want. But they do tend to like to lay in there sometimes. And those were right in front of the windows that are right there where the wall was hit. So the yard is fine. He drove through it. It just left some tire tracks, whatever. That's fine. That'll patch up. So the whole corner of the house from like the middle of the living room to the middle of the front of the house is going to have to come out because he moved the bottom cinder blocks from the foundation. So all that's going to have to come up and be redone. Yeah. So I had a couple of my family friends that do brick mason type of jobs. They build brick homes and cinder block homes and stuff like that. And they said just to fix that, with labor, labor hours and materials, it's going to cost. And they said a rough estimate was between $15,000, $20,000, and $25,000 depending on what they do to it. So I had to take. I didn't have to take the days off work, but I did take today off of work and tomorrow off of work. So I missed 4 days of work so far this week because of it. It's just one of those things that my wife took the whole week off work. She is pregnant, so she took the whole week off just to relax and calm down. And we have a doctor's appointment, she was stressing out, crying, everything when it happened. So we have a doctor's appointment for next week to make sure everything's healthy and fine on the baby and stuff like that. So it's a little bit distracting right now, but I saw nothing but support from everyone saying, dang, it sucks, but I hope everything gets better. That's crazy. Nothing there were jokes in there, but I'm laughing at them too. It's not like I'm gonna be mad about somebody going, oh yeah, this door stuck. That old 1.6 video. It's funny, it's happened, it's over, everybody's fine, everybody's safe. So I saw nothing but love, and a lot of jokes are gonna come out of it, and we've created a new meme.
I believe the moral of the story is gaming is dangerous, don't be a gamer. But actually, big thanks to Stattik for talking with me. I did my little donation to him. You can do the same or just support him by following his socials in the video description. Although we can never erase all the toxic people from the community, I feel the majority of CSGO core community is friendly, supportive and actually willing to help others. Lots of people have already shown support to Stattik, and I believe this is the only way to go.